Have you ever imagined a justice system so intricately fair yet chillingly severe, where chairs were made of human flesh and towers became instruments of death? Welcome to the paradoxical world of Persian justice. The ancient Persian Empire was a vast and influential realm, the likes of which have been rarely seen in history. Not only was it magnificent in its territorial scope and cultural influence, but its system of justice was meticulously crafted, often standing in stark contrast to other civilizations of the time. While the Persians valued fairness and due process, they also imposed some of the most severe and imaginative punishments known to history. Let's delve into these paradoxes of justice and punishment within the empire. The Persian philosophy of justice. The Persian Empire, with its multicultural landscape, was known for its dedication to fairness. Contrary to the barbaric and immediate reprisals prevalent in many ancient civilizations, Persian law was methodical. It emphasized that no individual should be sentenced to death for their first offense, a testament to its commitment to reform and redemption. Additionally, the character of the accused was assessed holistically, considering their good deeds before deciding their fate. Such a system manifested the belief that punishment was a deserving consequence, not a reflexive one. However, when a crime was committed, especially one that undermined the core values of the empire or its rulers, the wrath of Persian justice was unparalleled. What followed were punishments that remain etched in historical records, both for their creativity and their severity. Turning flesh into furniture, the case of Sisamnes. One of the most chilling tales is that of Sisamnes, a judge who served under the great King Darius. When discovered accepting a bribe, compromising the esteemed virtue of fairness, Darius saw more than just a corrupt official. He saw an opportunity to reinforce the sanctity of Persian courts. Killing Sisamnes was merely the prologue. What followed was a gory theatrical act. Darius commanded that the judge's skin be stripped off and crafted into a chair. The symbolism was stark. It suggested that justice in Persia was so ingrained that it was, quite literally, built on the very flesh of its administrators. The tale takes an even darker twist. Sisamnes' successor as judge was none other than his son. Imagine the weight of the responsibility he felt, presiding over cases while seated on a chair fashioned from his father's skin. King Darius, in this dramatic act, ensured the memory of corruption's cost would be a visceral one, potentially deterring future dishonesty. The Tower of Ashes, asphyxiation by ash. Among the punishments of ancient Persia, few matched the terror of asphyxiation by ash. This punishment, reserved for the gravest of offenses like high treason or blasphemy, was a drawn-out, painful death. The condemned would be thrown into a hollow tower filled with ashes. As they plummeted down, wheels on the outside would be turned, stirring the ash into a deadly whirlwind. The ash would force its way into the person's nose and mouth, causing an agonizing death by suffocation. The very architecture of this punishment, the tower, stood as a grim monument to the empire's unwavering commitment to justice. Valerians' Gilded End. The capture of the Roman Emperor Valerian presented the Persians, particularly King Shapur, with an unprecedented trophy. Valerian was subjected to humiliation before his troops, made a mockery in various degrading ways, but it was his death that would be remembered throughout the annals of history. In a manner reminiscent of fictional tales, Valerian was subjected to a molten gold pour. Following this, in an act of post-mortem grandeur, his body was preserved through taxidermy and displayed as a testament to Persian dominance. The ultimate deterrent for thieves, dividing with trees. Highway robbery was a grave offense in late-era Persia, and the punishment meted out to thieves was equally severe. The method involved using the natural force of two bent trees. The condemned would be tied to the tops of two trees pulled together. Once released, the trees would spring apart, tearing the individual in two. Displayed prominently at the scene of their crimes, these remains served as stark warnings to potential wrongdoers. The justice system of the Persian Empire was multifaceted. While it showcased a commitment to fairness and redemption, its punitive measures were unparalleled in their severity and creativity. These punishments, while brutal by modern standards, reflected the era's values and the lengths to which rulers would go to maintain order and establish deterrence.